Good evening, everyone. Today is October 10th, 2023. We'll call to order the city council meeting for tonight. Tracy, could I have roll call, please?
Absolutely. Irma?
Here.
Harrington?
Here.
Siddig?
Here.
Smith?
Here.
Wason?
Here. Thank you. Item 3 is approval of the agenda. There are no changes to it. Anyone have any questions on that? Can I have a motion for approval, please?
So move.
Second. Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 4 is our consent agenda. Is there anything on there to pull out and talk about separately? A motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Item 5 is public comment. Now it's reserved for time for folks to make comments to council for items that are not otherwise already on our agenda. And I don't see anyone out there for public comment. So going once, going twice, and I will close public comment. Am I doing all right? Okay. Item 6 is, I'm sorry?
Did I say something?
No.
Okay.
Item 6.
Yeah, you're doing
Item 6 is our engineer's report. Josiah.
Thank you. Let's see. Update on a couple of projects we have in design that are going to be before you sooner than later here. The first one is Penn Street Railroad crossing improvements. If you recall, this got sort of pushed off until next summer so we could close the road and not affect the school. Final plans and specs are being issued for bid next week. Bids will be received November 14th, and we're planning to have the consideration of those bids at your second meeting in November for your review. As a reminder, that construction work will fully close Penn Street there at the railroad crossing. They have the summer to do it when school's out and before school starts. They have sort of a floating window, but once they basically show up, they're on the clock. We have a certain number of days that they have to get it done. So we give them flexibility when to start, but once they're in there, they're locked in. And we do have incentives for early finish and disincentives for if they miss their date. So that one will be coming up soon. The other one is Fox Run Trail improvements, Fox Run Pond Trail. Sorry, that final design work is also underway for the plans and specs, and that will go out to bid in November. And that one is planned to be before you at the first meeting in December for consideration of bids. And again, that work is for next summer in Fox Run Pond Trail. Quick update on Centennial Park Event Complex. So I keep mentioning these. Maybe I'll just say briefly, a lot of these building projects have an SD or schematic design component, the first piece, and then it goes into design development, which is refine the design a little more. And then lastly, CD, which is construction documents. So I realize that kind of we use that terminology, and you probably wondering what that all is. It's just basically 3 phases of design work. This one's in the middle one, DD phase. It's going well. There's lots of meetings with city staff to get that space refined and that event center, how it's going to be used. One thing of interest is there's going to be some geothermal testing here shortly at the park to evaluate the soils out there and do some tests to determine exactly what sort of array is going to be needed to serve that building. So that's coming up soon. Those are all design phase. The only one I was going to update on construction is Penn Meadows Park. All the concrete paving work is complete. We're just down to asphalt work and permeable pavers in the next couple of weeks. And then, of course, rough grading and seeding and things like that, and planting. There's trees and plants around that park. So that's still coming along. There will be some work again in the spring to touch up seeding in areas like that. But it's going well. That's all I have, sir.
Standing. Any questions for Josiah? All right. Ryan, City Administrator report.
Thanks. 2 things I'd like to call to the group's attention. First, you may have seen this on our website already, but to you and to the community, if you had yard waste or compost out today, it did not get picked up. It will get picked up tomorrow, we're told. And on that note, I would just say that we, as I know you are, hearing frustrations from the community about the service we're receiving at this point. We have heard that. We have seen that. We are equally as frustrated. We've had multiple conversations with the company LRS They have assured us they're committed to fixing the problems. They've acknowledged those problems. We just heard from them today, actually, that they have nearly 10 new employees starting in the next couple of weeks. They've had a staff shortage, so we hope that this will get better, but it is something we're aware of and we'll continue to evaluate. We appreciate folks' patience and like I said, hopefully this will be a short-term problem and things will get back to normal here soon. Last thing I had is just a push to ask you to let me know if you're interested in attending that Greater IC event. I know it's not until mid-November, but this is their first one. I suspect seats will fill up relatively quickly, and would like to get those who are interested a spot. So if you could let me know this week yet, that would be ideal. That's what I have tonight, Mayor, unless there's anything from the group.
Any questions for Ryan? Thanks, Ryan. All right. A couple of things for me, just some things I've been up to and a few things going on in no particular order. Last Friday, the city hosted the monthly coffee connections over at the Ranshaw House. So there were a few of you that were there as well. And I always love showing off that house. And I think those that were in attendance were equally curious what it was all about as well. So thanks for staff for hosting that and being able to put that on over there. Last week, I was able to join Ryan and Nick and Jillian and then Nick Pfeiffer from Think Iowa City in Des Moines for the second presentation to the Enhance Iowa Board for the next stage project at Centennial Park. I think we're probably a few meetings yet from being done, but we should be, I'm very optimistic about that funding for that $1 million coming from that board for this. However, that takes all of us. It takes fundraising. Those of you that have been actively doing that for next stage, thank you. And for those in the community that might not have done it yet, everything that you can do right now helps us to get this across the finish line. So we'll be back out there next month making an updated presentation to them. Last Monday, I was able to attend I wasn't actually able to attend Humboldt Chiropractic's ribbon cutting, but I did see them earlier that afternoon. So I hope a few of you were able to make it out there for that. And then as a reminder, next Monday, we have our joint entities meeting, which will be held at the school district's Iowa City School District's main office. And lastly, in about a month from now, we have our city council and school board elections that'll happen on Tuesday, November 7th. There are 4 members within our community running for 3 seats on city council. And all of those council candidates have put statements on the city's website. So again, thank you, city staff, for coordinating that and helping our community to be informed. And finally, I want to wish Tracy
Right.
happy anniversary. 18 years. Don't blame it on Ryan. I've got good sources. 18 years, Tracy has been with the city of North Liberty. Today is her anniversary. So
Congratulations.
man, she eyeballs
Thank
you,
you.
doesn't she? Moving right along, council, any updates that you want to provide to the city? Yes, sir.
Since we were here last, we had emergency management agency meeting. It mostly was the reports. It was a pretty busy summer for emergency management with a couple storms and actually helping a lot of kind of unusual situations. And we were awarded in the county an extra grant that they were putting to use for some things. And then one of the biggest problem that's coming up lately is where to house everything. Emergency management tries to disperse everything in the county to different places, so it's easier for like the cities and stuff to get to. But there's some big equipment things that we're just looking really for a place to put, and it was really hard to get a building right now because land is expensive and everything. So still working on that issue.
Thanks, Brian. Anyone else?
Mayor, along with you, the Coffee Connections, thanks for bringing that up. That was good, well attended. Had a lot of good conversations there. Also went to, I believe a couple of others, went to the Vintage Estates open house. That was nice. Talked with their HOA members and I brought a couple of things to Ryan on requests that they had, and staff is talking about those issues. I'll be working with Jim, their HOA president, to steer them towards any known grants for an AED. They would like an AED in their pickleball court, and I thought that would be a very smart thing to have. So I'm helping steer them in the right direction there for getting some grants for that. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thanks, Brett. Anyone else?
One thing I wanted to add, I think since the last time we got together, there was the homecoming parade for the Liberty High School, and a lot of our school communities put together floats and various ways of participating, and I was just really encouraged by the amount of community involvement that we had. It was pretty awesome to see, so thank you.
That's cool. Anything else, Eric?
Yeah, I will not recite everything that I did the last couple of weeks because it was a lot. I would like to shout out Officer Chuck Tigert, who celebrated his retirement since our last meeting. That was a good event to go to as an open house after 22 years of service on the police department. I've been to a couple of Johnson County Affordable Housing Coalition events in the last couple of weeks, including a bus tour of affordable housing projects in Johnson County, and I appreciate Ryan Resnick and Clint attending that or going on that bus ride as well. It was really interesting to see all the different projects, including those by the company that we're trying to help do a project here in North Liberty. So, and then thanks to a number of neighborhood ambassadors for the Good Neighbor Day on Thursday last week. We had a combined event at Quail Creek Park. It was really Quail Ridge Park. It was a good event. I thought it was really nice to just get out and have some community time.
Awesome. All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you all. Item 10 is our water system facility plan. Way different, isn't it, Greg? Item A is resolution number 2023-111. This is a resolution approving the agreement for technical services and task order 23-01 between the City of North Liberty and Strand Associates, Inc. for the 2023 water system facility plan. Could I just have a motion for consideration first, and then we'll talk about this a bit?
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Ryan, could you kick us off here?
Certainly. When I came to the city about 15 years ago, I really didn't know what a facility plan was because I was in two communities that weren't growing. These plans, and we approved this group approved to move forward with a wastewater facility plan about a year ago, and we're close to having that one finished and presented to you, hopefully before the year end. These plans are important to help us navigate what lies ahead in terms of our growth and needs from a utility perspective. Some of you were maybe not around this dais, but we're certainly in the community years and years ago when we were having issues with our wastewater plant. We weren't keeping up, both in terms of rates and improvements needed to comply with DNR and EPA regulations. We're nowhere near that with either facility now. We're running smoothly, but still need to look and plan for the future. And so what we're doing here is asking Strand to assist us with that. They have been involved in our facility improvements really since the get-go here in the last 20 years. So this process would take about 12 months. And we would come back with a final report along with budgetary findings and rate recommendations and things alike to plan for the next round of improvements at the water plant.
Do you guys have any questions on the memo or for Ryan or possibly for Greg since he's out there? Yes, sir.
So Ryan, what's triggered this? Is it time elapsed? Is it percentage of full capacity usage?
That's a fair question. I don't know if it's just one thing. It's been since 2018 since we've completed the improvements. but we've also seen growth in the usage of our water and wastewater. And so, again, just wanting to be ahead and not behind the curve when we look to make improvements or add capacity. And unlike the wastewater, and I might be giving you more than you care to know here, so stop me if this is too much, but unlike the wastewater plant, the water plant, we're set up from an internal capacity standpoint to add more of the nano units pretty easily. The challenge we're going to have down the road is raw water. Right now, we get raw water from two well sources, two aquifer sources, the Jordan Aquifer and the Silurian. And the Jordan, there's a lot of pressure on the Jordan statewide. Right. And so we'll be looking at other options, most likely the Silurian wells, but also potentially some other options. And that will be part of this evaluation. So I kind of steered off from your original question, but I really think it's a combination of things, mostly wanting to make sure we don't fall behind again.
Do we know, and maybe Greg, with what the next big demand will be, which is going to be the hospital? Have we heard anything from them, or are we anticipating like where that's going to take us from percentage of usage now to what it will be when they come online?
Yeah, so the hospital's given us some estimates. I think the latest estimate I got was 150,000 gallons a day in usage. We also have some other, Steinler coming on. I haven't heard what their average that they're looking at. We've also got the brewery that's come on now. A few other things coming in other than residential. And what we generally see is when residential comes in, it's kind of a gradual increase. We know population goes up. We can figure per capita per person. When industry comes in, light industry, it's a different ball game. And to what Ryan said, this kind of gives us a roadmap to the future and what we need to do and when we need to do it. I was here for the first facility study we did in 2005, and that one was driven by emergency. We were in a position that we had to do something, and it was, it tends to be expensive when those things happen, and not a good situation. We did one in 2005. I think we did the last one in 13, and as Ryan said, the improvements were done in 18. And this will look at the entire system. It'll look at storage, future demands, the raw water, just everything across the board. So very important information to keep us on track and make the right decisions. So
that's all for me, Mayor. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I would just want to reinforce that this is not a knee-jerk reaction or something that we think needs to happen, an emergency type situation like Greg's talking about. This is really just we think a best practice from a planning standpoint. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Tracy, can roll call, please?
Permal,
Aye.
Harrington,
Aye.
Siddig,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Wason.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 11 is the Casey's property acquisition, and this is resolution number 2023-112. This is a resolution authorizing the completion of a purchase of real property situated at 625 West Zeller Street. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments?
May I?
Please do.
Okay, so in looking at this resolution and it has it as it's stated right now, it says September 26th of 2013, which I think is an error.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
I would
Is that right?
expect that's a scrivener's error, I would think.
That was the only
Signature
thing.
in
Oh,
the
down here.
signature
I was
block.
looking at that. Sorry.
No, it's at the top where it says
The first whereas
the
paragraph.
first paragraph. It says, whereas the city during its meeting on September 26th, 2013,
You've been waiting a long time.
a very long time.
On the Casey's or
Yeah.
okay.
On the case.
So that's going to be my fault.
Okay. I just
I was thinking Tracy was reminiscing back to her earlier
Sure.
days.
Remember
This
that.
is-
So if the council can cast their memories back, that we established parameters for participating in auction and direction to do so, and we were the successful bidder. We come in slightly under what the anticipated cost was going to be. And so staff does recommend approval. The whereas there with the wrong date will not affect the outcome of the be it resolved portion.
Any other questions?
And just to be clear, this is the old Casey's.
Yes,
Oh.
that's the site situated at 625 West Zeller on the corner of Zeller and Ranshaw Way.
Nicely done.
Not to be
Oh,
confused.
I
with
was
number
close
two.
for a second there.
Nicely done.
Anyway, yes.
All right. Anything else, you guys? All right, Tracy, can we have a roll call, please?
Smith,
Aye.
Bermal,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Harrington.
Aye.
Outstanding. Motion carries. Item 12 is our AV contract for Centennial Events Center. And item A is resolution number 2023-113. And this is a resolution approving the prime construction contract between the City of North Liberty and Tri-City Electric Company for the Centennial Park Event Center audiovisual system. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Do you guys have any questions about this?
So this is everything. This is outside. This is inside.
Correct. Yes.
No, it's the inside.
Oh,
There are
maybe
two
I
speakers
misread
on the
that.
stage, but it's mostly focused on the inside. The external speaker system for doing an event kind of thing will be brought in for large events. We're still working. We'll probably be working with Tri-City to do something different for the external, but that may be a part of
Okay.
this. But what we spec'd with this RFP was the inside, video and sound inside.
I'm
So
sorry.
the alternate two exterior speakers, that's just a couple of small speakers or something?
Correct. It's two speakers on the stage. So envision a banquet inside with a cocktail hour out on the stage. So it would be the speakers on the stage to provide background music, conversation music.
I apologize. I just read through this again, and I thought it, but Tracy's correct. Talking about there are a couple outside speakers, but then
We had conversation with this contractor about, he has a lot of experience. They have a lot of experience with exterior, think football stadium speaker systems. So looking at something like that for speakers for smaller events, think dance recital, band concert, smaller events, but still the larger scale blues and barbecue and other large performances on the stage would require an outside vendor coming in with sound equipment just to accommodate the needs of the musicians.
Is that what you're going for, Eric?
Yeah, that's
To answer your question?
if I could, I'll just
Yes.
elaborate then that the outdoor stage area will have surface mounted outdoor rated speakers treated as separate zones. So just reading through the actual RFP part of it. So sorry for misspeaking there.
Any other questions?
Are there things built in that will reduce staff need time in setup and running, or is there going to have to be an AV specialist on site to run it?
It should basically run itself. It'll be pre-programmed for certain events, and then staff can just access the console
Mhm.
and set the settings according to what the needs are of the event.
Good question.
assuming everything works right. We've all been to seminars where
So the Tri-City AV consultant lives close, has said that he would be here in a heartbeat. So
Mhm.
Looks like they have two white glove
That's right.
inspections included in the.
And one noteworthy thing with Tri-City is that they caught the ADA need for hearing impaired functionality and worked that into the proposal without asking for it. So they came with that they were ahead of the curve on it.
That's awesome. Anything else? All right. Tracy, can we have roll call, please?
Smith,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Harrington,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Bermal.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 13 is Liberty Commons preliminary plat, and item A is Staff and Planning Commission recommendations. Russ.
Okay, so this subdivision is, we were recently annexing parcels into the city. This is at the southeast corner of North Liberty Road and South Dubuque Street. So you can kind of see up on the screen, the area in blue is the part that is relevant to the subdivision. Majority of the property is zoned C3, higher intensity commercial district, and the small portion to the bottom is zoned ID, interim development, where the stormwater pond would be. So they're proposing 7 building lots and 1 outlot for stormwater detention and 2 public streets. Here's kind of the configuration. So it'd have a roadway connection to North Liberty Road, and then a north-south connection to South Dubuque Street. And that roadway connection, it's anticipated it would extend further south to for the other parcels to the south. And here's the stormwater detention pond. You may recall that we had some homeowners express concern over the development here. So you can see the area where the stormwater pond is. And then that green blob there is a preserved wetland. And so even though that portion adjacent to those homeowners is not within the development, that'll come back, but they anticipate that wetland will be preserved, which will help add additional space and buffering to those residential homes to the west. There's also a 30-foot wide easement that has utilities in it down to that stormwater pond that again helps keep the development away from that to the home sites to the west. So we thought that was good. This is kind of a newer area in the city, so it was kind of interesting, even though we're right, North Liberty High is Liberty High is across the street. It was interesting to look at from respect to location of utilities serving the property, location of streets, right-of-way dedication. We met with City of Coralville staff to coordinate, trail location and things like that. So it was pretty interesting. And Mike Welch is here on behalf of the owner. He's been great to work with. There's been a lot of feedback going back and forth, and Mike's been very good at responding to this concerns staff had. We did have a good neighbor meeting with respect to the zonings that were approved by City Council. We also had one with respect to the subdivision. We had one property owner that attended and again was just concerned about how the property would be developed and did not, I think once they understood how the development pattern was going to be, didn't express any formal objections to the request. The Planning Commission did have 2 findings and they recommended to the City Council for approval. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Welcome. Any questions for staff? All right. Item B then is applicant presentation. Mike, do you have anything else to add to this?
No.
Okay.
Take a minute, introduce myself. I'm Mike Welch. I think I was here with you all for the annexation. So I'm happy if you do have questions to answer those. I don't really have a whole lot to add from what Russ said, and other than the applicants, I'm looking forward to getting this going. They're talking to the fire department about maybe doing some controlled burns to take those 3 houses down. If that works out, they'll do that. Otherwise, those houses are vacant now. Utilities have been disconnected, and kind of that's where we're at for the project. So,
any questions for Mike? All right. Thank you, sir. Item C then is resolution number 2023-114, and this is a resolution approving the preliminary subdivision plat for Liberty Commons, North Liberty, Iowa. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved in second. Do you guys have any other questions? Tracy, how about roll call, please?
Wason,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Harrington,
Aye.
Bermal,
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 14 is for the Aldi store number 57 and resolution. Item A, resolution number 2023-115 is a resolution approving the site plan agreements between the City of North Liberty and Aldi, Inc. that establishes the terms and conditions under which Aldi store number 57 will be developed in the City of North Liberty, Iowa. Could I have a motion for consideration for this item, please?
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded. Do you guys have any questions? Tracy, could I have roll call, please?
Smith,
Aye.
Bermal,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Harrington.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item B is resolution number 2023-116, a resolution approving the stormwater management facilities maintenance agreement and easement between the City of North Liberty and Aldi, Inc. that establishes the terms and conditions under which stormwater management facilities will be maintained for Aldi store number 57 in the City of North Liberty, Iowa. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Do you have any questions on this item? Tracy, roll call, please.
Harrington,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Bermal.
Aye.
Motion carries. And item C is resolution number 2023-117 on the easement. And this is a resolution approving the public vehicle access and snow removal easement agreement between Aldi Inc. and the city of North Liberty. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. You got that, Tracy? Any other questions about this? Roll call, please.
Bermal,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Harrington,
Aye.
Sittig.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 15 is Water Tower Place Lot 11 preliminary site plan, and item A is resolution number 2023-118, and this is a resolution approving the preliminary site plan for Lot 11 of Water Tower Place subdivision, North Liberty, Iowa. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions about this one? Plans look nice in there, Russ. Thanks for pushing them to that point. Could I have roll call, please, Tracy?
Sittig,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Harrington,
Aye.
Bermal.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 16 is Greenbelt Trail Part 3 revised preliminary plat, and item A is resolution number 2023-119. And this is a resolution approving the preliminary subdivision plat for Greenbelt Trail subdivision revised Part 3, North Liberty, Iowa. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions on this one? Tracy, roll call, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Bermal,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Harrington.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 17 is Solomon's Landing Part 2 Developers Agreement, and item A is resolution number 2023-120. This is a resolution approving the developers agreement for Solomon's Landing Part 2, North Liberty, Iowa. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions? Tracy, roll call, please.
Sittig,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Bermal,
Aye.
Harrington.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 18 is Pratt Real Estate Management, Inc. zoning map amendment, and this is item A, third consideration and adoption of ordinance number 2023-22, an ordinance amending the zoning map district designation for certain property located in North Liberty, Iowa from RS9 single unit residence district to RD10 2-unit residence district. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final questions on this one? Tracy, roll call, please.
Harrington,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Bermal,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Sittig.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 19 is Pratt Real Estate Management, Inc. zoning map amendment and preliminary subdivision plat, PAD. Item A is also a third consideration and adoption of ordinance number 2023-23, an ordinance amending the zoning map district designation for certain property located in North Liberty, Iowa from ID Interim Development District and RS9 Single Unit District to RD10 PAD 2-unit Residence District Planned Area Development, and approving the Planned Area Development Preliminary Plat and waivers pursuant to Chapter 168.05 3B. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions on this? All right, Tracy, could we roll call, please?
Harrington,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Bermal,
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 20 is Scanlon Family LLC zoning map amendment, and this is item A, third consideration and adoption of ordinance number 2023-24, an ordinance amending the zoning map district designation for certain property located in North Liberty, Iowa from RS6 single unit residence district to RD8 2-unit residence district. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any last questions on this one? Tracy, roll call, please.
Bermal,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Harrington,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Wason.
No.
Motion carries 4-1. Item 21 is street vacation, and this is also a third consideration and adoption of ordinance number 2023-25, an ordinance vacating a portion of the North Front Street right-of-way in North Liberty, Iowa. Could a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions on this? Tracy, how about roll call, please?
Wason,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Harrington,
Aye.
Bermal.
Aye.
Motion carries. And finally, item 22 is our zoning ordinance amendments. This looks really short. Item A is third consideration and adoption of ordinance number 2023-26 and ordinance amending chapters 139, 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, and 173 of the North Liberty Code of Ordinances. Motion for consideration, please.
So moved.
Second.
Russ, that's awesome. Whoever did that.
That wasn't me.
That was
Mine would
great.
be
Tracy?
Times that
Oh, it's the anniversary lady down there. Could I have roll call, please?
The fewer words, the quicker we get out of
Oh
here.
my gosh.
Bermal,
Aye.
Harrington,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Sittig.
Aye.
Motion carries. Does anyone have any old business for us? New business? Yes, sir.
Everybody should look at the city website. There's a lot of activities for kiddos coming up the next week or so.
How? What is going on? Good idea. Anything else? Could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you, everyone.